meeting to order. It is.
This meeting is being recorded.
We're calling the board meeting to order. It is 7:38. 34. And I'd have the Pledge of Allegiance. Maybe we can just say the pledge without the flag. Come in, Carol.
Come on, in. Raise your toe. Hey, Mary.
Sorry, we were short-handed. I had to stay late at work, so.
Watch the wires, Carol. Here, there's chairs for you over here, Carol.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Watch the wires.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah.
Caution.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not connected. All right, since we don't have the flag, we'll just say the pledge.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, now we need a vote to adopt the agenda. Does anyone want to make a motion? Casey makes the motion. Do we have a second? Nikula seconds it. All in favor? No opposes, no abstentions. Okay, Diane, have you got the minutes from the last meeting?
I circulated the corrected.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I'd like to ask that we adopt or accept the minutes of the previous meeting, March meeting.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor? All right, that passes unanimously. Public comment, is this where we want to have the presentation of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, good evening, everyone, and thank you for including me in your board meeting. My name is Slade, and I become a bar mitzvah on May 6th.
Can you spell your name?
Slade, S-L-A-D-E. There are many things involved in preparation of this event, one of them being a mitzvah or good deed project. I knew I wanted mine to be special, and I also knew I wanted it to include two of my favorite things, art and reading. That was when it hit me, the perfect idea for the project. So this is it, the public library's new custom bench. I first worked with Mrs. Primiano and presented her with my ideas for the bench. Once approved, I assembled it myself and designed the artwork. The painting started in my basement, but with some minor complications. Sorry again, Mom, for painting your floor. I then moved and finished the project in my grandparents' house. The bench was primed, painted, and sealed, so it will last a lifetime. This bench represents my artistic ability and my love for reading. My hope is that when a child or anybody sits on this bench or looks at it, it'll take them to their own world of imagination, or in a more Dr. Seuss fashion, oh, the places they'll go.
Could I ask you for your last name as well, just for a minute?
Carlin, so C-A-R-L-I-N.
Slade, if I can say, mazel tov on
Thank
the
you.
wonderful accomplishment. Yeshikoya. Tremendous.
Mazel
knockout.
Thank
Proud of
you.
you for all of the accomplishments. And what's so wonderful about this donation, and it's really something to think about, as you said, that you wanted to bring this passion here. There's a concept as you're becoming a bar mitzvah called the ripple effect. That when you drop a stone in the center of the lake, it's going to create a ripple as it goes out. And the stone is going to drop to the bottom of the lake, right? It's not going to necessarily see the effect that the ripple is going to have on the shore, but it's going to have it. And the bigger the splash, the bigger the ripple effect. With this gift, you've created a ripple, and it's going to create a special place here in the library for others to share that passion that you've created. So this is your ripple effect. Mazel tov.
Thank you.
Mazel tov.
Can I get a picture of maybe a few board members with Slade with the bench?
Is that okay?
Of course.
Yeah,
Do you want me to just put it there? And then
Yeah, sure, and then you guys can just kind of stand around it, yeah.
Okay, we'll see if I can get it.
You should-
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, right.
Maybe one more cut.
I know.
Just waiting for Pat to come on in.
We actually had to build it.
And you built it too.
Unassembled.
Oh, wow. So it wasn't just the painting, it was
No,
the assembly
he
as well.
assembled it as well. Yes.
Isn't it?
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Excellent.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Thank you. I love it. Beautiful.
Well done.
Slade, congratulations on your bar mitzvah. This is
you.
wonderful.
Thank you.
I'll repeat what Casey said, mazel tov. What are you laughing at?
I just love all the colors.
Isn't it great?
If you guys don't want to stay, you don't have to. Yeah, if you want to stay, you're obviously more than welcome to stay.
Don't have more available seating.
Thank you.
All right, thanks again. Take care.
And this is made to go outdoors.
Yes, it will be in the yard. Yes, absolutely. Thanks
Bye,
again.
It's been in my house for months.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
Yes.
So nice to meet you.
Thanks
Thank
again.
you.
All you do for the children, library, as an ex-teacher, there's nothing like those.
Amen.
Thank you.
Bye.
You wanna- That's gonna go in the yard.
Oh, yeah, that's fun. And he did such a nice job
Move the chair over here and then.
presenting his ideas.
Also,
He's been very professional, emailing me, talking. to
realize
me. He
now.
wrote me a letter.
These
met with
they're supposed to
Mary.
look like crayons. Look at the ends. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah, they're, well, bookends. He wanted
Like
them
the
to make it look
bookends?
like bookends, yeah. Okay.
All right, so
They look more
any
like
other
Crayola
public
crayons.
comment?
I
No?
don't think anything could beat that.
You're right, Cheryl. Okay, director's report?
Yes. All right. Okay, we talked about the bench. You might have noticed we started advertising our movies on the lawn. So that's going to be happening from May to October out on the lawn. We've already set the schedule and the dates and started coordinating with staff. So we're really excited about that. I think we did it towards the back part of the summer, so we only got 3 in. So this time around, we're really excited to see how many people will actually come out and attend. So we're excited about that. Melanie and Mike have been exploring a streaming music service called Freegal. We still have to, make a decision. Melanie went and contacted with a rep and got information and pricing. And both Melanie and Mike looked at the back end to see, is it worth it? What music is really included? So we're going to regroup together and discuss if it's worth moving it. We're trying to meet our patrons where they are. Cars are not being put, CD players are no longer in cars anymore. We know that, CDs are kind of diminishing and, some people don't even know what CDs are. And so we're trying to stay ahead of the trend. But we don't want to make a move if it's not going to be quality. So we're still trying to decide if that's the way to go. So
How would a patron use that?
it would be like an app on your phone. So you would download
Okay.
the app on your phone or listen to it on your web browser. And you'd
Free
be able
cast
to
or free?
Freegal.
Freegal,
Freegal.
like free
Free
legal.
Gal. Freegal. Yeah. And you would also not only be able to stream, but you would get a certain number of downloads a month that you could save that would become your songs, no matter what. But again, it's about quality, not quantity.
Yeah.
So they're exploring it. So stay tuned. The library card sign up project, we're still working. I met last week again with the 3 other libraries involved, Tuxedo, Woodbury, and Chester. And we met with the assistant superintendent, Eric Hassler. It seems like everybody's on board. We were talking about logistics of how it would work, how we would distribute, they would aggregate the data for us. But we still have to just talk with our CLS to make sure that we can do this without them, the parents, signing off. So his recommendation was an opt-out option instead of an opt-in option, because you're going to get more people not wanting to opt out rather than getting them to sign the permission slip and send it back. It's a lot more work. So they do that with a lot of other things like military, releasing information to military organizations, and talent photo release forms. So there's a lot of opting out. So they figured this could be one more thing that parents opt out of.
Yeah.
But there was some concern about parents needing to sign something to prove that they consent to taking responsibility of their kid's library card. We're not sure if we need to do that. So right now, that's like the only hurdle. And then we'll talk next steps once we find out the logistics of that. But it sounds promising. So we would probably roll that out in the fall. It would definitely be something that we start in September. Probably take the whole length of the fall to do it because there's so many kids. Probably about 2,000, he said. So
Yeah, it's just a wonderful concept and
Yeah.
it just makes so much sense.
I think so. So we're excited about that. We are ready to launch our Amazon wish list. That's going to go live in the next week or two. We've got about 25 items on that. So we're excited to share that with the community. As you can see, our ads have been getting into the paper and we're doing different types of ads. We're doing, Year of the Arts, and then also advertising our services, meeting rooms, tutor.com. We're really just trying to share that, there's more out there. Small Business Month, I don't know if you've seen it, but we did officially launch the advertising for my Small Business Month series. And I've got about 10 signups so far. There's 10 programs, 10 signups so far for a wide range of programs. The village and the town has shared it. I'm waiting for Tyler from the chamber to share it on his social, on his website. But it is getting out there. I'm going to go out to the community and go to some of the businesses and share the brochure about it. So hopefully we'll gain some more traction from it. We still have time, but
Could you pass that around?
yes,
Mary,
absolutely.
so
I
we
have
can
some
see what-
copies. Yes. So it's a lot of different programs. Some are that I talked about already, like the professional headshots for free, which I think is going to be popular. Elizabeth is going to be doing a social media tips and tricks for small businesses. I'm going to be doing a few workshops on what business resources we have available. I have a vendor coming in via Zoom to do a program on our Data Axle database, which is our database that provides marketing tools and third-party consumer data on people in the community to help businesses. So it's going to be all catered towards small business owners. We just got all of our equipment for our pop-up creative suite studio. So that includes green screen, it includes microphones, professional microphones, it includes camera, it includes Adobe Creative Suite. So if someone in the business community wants to create an infomercial or a professional image of things for their website, or if they want to record something, they could use that equipment, schedule a time in B, use that equipment. So I'm going to be doing a demo of that as one of these programs.
That's fantastic.
So is that Creative Studio, is that part of their subscription or is that something part of your
The libraries.
library?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So
Out of curiosity, do we still have a notary public on staff?
we do not.
We do not.
No, I've asked if anyone on staff wanted to become one, and there does not seem interest. I think there's some concerns about, because we get inundated a lot.
Oh,
So there,
interesting.
I think they're concerned about the time commitment of something like that.
Mm.
But I'm okay with it because the village does it. So it's just a short walk down the street to the village hall. So it's not like we're sending people super far away to get that service.
What's that, a notary?
Notary.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Banks do it too, but not as consistent.
Right.
You know, some are like, you have to,
Most-
this
a lot
has
of
to
them
be
don't.
your bank and
Yeah.
the person's
A lot
not
of the
here
banks have let them
today.
go.
Right,
They
yes.
promoted them.
Yes.
Chase here and Chase there.
Right, they're not doing it anymore, right? So
Yeah.
the two banks that we actually send people to are not in Monroe, which is kind of a bummer. So we've been really sending people to the village once we learned that the
Doesn't
village
cost
offers
anything.
that
It's a
town
service.
thing also.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
yeah.
free.
Yeah. Some other highlights is that the Year of the Arts Committee's proposal was accepted to the New York Library Association
Yay.
conference. So we were presenting about our experience with Year of the Arts. We just did our presentation this past Friday with the Southern Eastern Council, and it was great. Everyone did an amazing job working on it, putting it together, practicing it. I mean, we did a whole year's worth of stuff, sharing the whole process in 20 minutes. It was a 20-minute presentation. So they did a great job like condensing it and being professional about it. So that was exciting. And then someone from RCLS was there on Friday and asked us to present to RCLS the whole system about the series and how we did it from start to finish. So we're excited about that. Yeah. And then what else did I want to mention? We did, I did finally get in touch with Tony for the siding, and he took care of it last week. So he nailed down all of the siding back to where it should be. He also caulked one of the leaks that was in the back, and we're gonna see how it goes. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna monitor, because my concern was still that it was still gonna come through the window, but he said that this should alleviate that, and that if it doesn't, and we still see the rain stains, to contact him and he'll take additional action. So, but he did finally come through, and it's a relief.
That's great.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, and then let's see if there's anything else. No, I think that was it. And then just a few comment cards. Monroe Free Library provides good service, nice workers, and a great working environment. My rating is 3 stars. I think you should get computers. I think you should get computers back for the little kids again. So we did have a computer station over here, but we did move it up to the front because to create more space back here. And also our thinking was sometimes there are parents that are using the computers up front. So while a parent is using the computer up front, the child could be using the computer behind them. So that's why we don't have the kid computer back here anymore. Another comment was blinds by the quiet area and surrounding area and whiteboards to check out in the library. So the good thing here is now we did add the name and the email to our comment card. So now whiteboards is an easy thing to consider. I'll speak with the staff about it. But now the good thing is now we can reach out to Sarah and say, thank you for your comment. We were able to purchase whiteboards. So we're excited about that. And that's it for now. We'll talk about the other
That's
things and
funny.
other parts of it.
Yeah, and putting the names on there and the telephone number or whatever is because it's so important for people to get feedback. Otherwise, they think it's just going into
Yeah.
A hole,
black
black
hole.
hole.
Especially if it's something like where they don't see evidence of a change right away.
Yeah.
Or maybe we couldn't do it for some reason.
Yeah,
Now we can
Right.
exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
Okay, so that brings us to,
Treasurer's report. So, everybody have a chance to look over the financials as they were sent. Any questions? Warrants for the month went swimmingly as always. Thank you, Mary, for all the support and for putting everything together as wonderful as you do. So with that, I make a motion to accept the financials as presented.
okay, Terry seconds, all in favor? Unanimous? Okay.
Do you want to talk? Netta, are you voting or do you have a question?
No, I'm voting. No, I
Oh.
actually I can't vote, but I'm
That's
being,
why I was
I'm
asking
being
because I heard it so
supportive.
late.
I'm being supportive.
We
Hi,
appreciate
John.
the support. Do we want to talk about 2024 financial budget?
Yeah,
Proposal.
sure. Yeah, sure. So, I did share my, budget narrative and my proposed budget for, 2024. I did meet with part of the finance committee, 2 weeks ago. And we did discuss it. Again, I'm asking for that we go out for a 35,000 increase. I feel like that was an appropriate number. I feel that it's not a burden on the taxpayer, and it's enough for us to get done what we need to get done. I did provide a breakdown of where that 25,000 would go. So just a quick overview. 15,000 would go towards the salary line. There you'll see some change because I did provide both scenarios, what happens without the increase and what happens with the increase. There were some things that needed to be adjusted to cover costs that we went over last year, and some natural increases in our utility and our building and grounds situation. Some of those lines we went over last year, so I'm trying to create a buffer. So some of that money was reallocated regardless of a budget increase because it's needed. So, just this past weekend, I received a note that our storage unit price is increasing again. So we have to kind of account for those kinds of situations of increasing. We're also having an increase issue with our frontier bill. We're still trying to sort that out. So we have to prepare for those. So with the increase, again, towards salaries, audio visual, you'll notice without the increase, I'm going to bring it down a little bit. And then with it, I'll give some money back. I'm also adding some money towards book allocation. Where else? Employee benefits, I'm adding a little bit. Library equipment, one of the things that I would like to do in the upcoming year, and this is something Melissa and I wanted to do if the budget passes, because it's an extra thing, is get the funds to do, I think I've talked to you guys about this before, the story walk, which is an outside activity where we get one story that's blown up. You know how around the pond are those signs where it's like, this is a quarter mile around the pond or whatever. So it would be a stand like that, a display like that. And it would have a story in it. And it's a way to give back to the community that never stepped foot into the library. It's an activity to do outside. It's something to bring the library outside. It's something to bring people into the library that maybe don't come into the library. We can offer stories in Spanish. They make, obviously printed copies of other stories in Spanish. So there's a lot of opportunity there. But it is expensive. We did get a quote. So with those additional funds, we should be able to purchase that, and then, have those for a decent amount of time.
There's a story walk in the Chester Park on River Road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really fun. I've been
Yeah.
over there a few times.
Yeah.
So.
Some of the other additions is professional education. I think it's important that we build that line back up, especially with this interest that, I've seen an increase in interest in professional development and webinars and membership. And I think it's important to foster that engagement. Adult programming, teen programming, children programming, increase in those respects because things are getting more expensive again. The prices of performers are getting more expensive. Prices of supplies are getting more expensive. And also there are opportunity to do some more passive things for our patrons. One of the things that Sam is looking to do in the upcoming year is teen subscription boxes. So teens that could never make it into the library, but have a love for reading, they could subscribe to a limited number of teen library boxes. And it's like, they can come get their box and the books they have to return, but some of the other things in there are like freebies and
that's
exciting
nice.
things. Yeah, so it's another way to engage different types of people who maybe don't have a lot of time but are engaged in reading and in that respect.
I just want to say that I read about the teenage book club where they're not reading a particular book,
Mm-hmm.
they're reading whatever they want to, but then they come together and discuss the books. I think that's a terrific idea.
Yeah, Sam just did her first one last week. There wasn't a lot of traction for it, but she's gonna keep at it.
Yeah,
So she's working on that. She's also working on a new series, which I'm really excited about. It's Adulting 101, basically preparing our older teens on how to survive on their own, how to be a little more self-sufficient, things that you just don't learn, that don't come naturally. So the first one is like mug recipes. I think the next one she's going to be doing is like organizing, how to keep your like things like organized, like an organizing binder of sorts. So we're really trying to
I could have
expand.
used that.
We're really trying to expand. And then you'll see an increase in utilities again because of the fact that things are going up. Any questions on the budget as presented?
No.
I think it's a modest, amount to ask, so I don't really feel it should be, controversial. I hope not. But
Is it
I don't have it in
25,000?
front of me again.
35, that's what I thought.
Percentage increase.
Uh,
$35,000.
35.
So
Yeah.
historically, we've always gone, I think, for 45,000.
Right.
I think is
Yeah.
what we used to
It
do.
got shot down too.
And then it got shut down, and then we figured,
It's like what, less than half a year.
last year was 35.
Yeah, last year we did 35. I couldn't do the dollar per family because the assessment roll isn't out yet.
Oh.
So I couldn't do that. But once I do that, then I can, share that with the public, which we did last year. And I felt last year that helped, that the transparency of why we're going for the increase, what is it
That's
per
huge.
average? I think
When people sit there and gonna check a box, no, and say, oh, it's gonna be $1.55 more for me this year. That's just like,
yeah,
not that much, right? Why should it not?
yeah.
So I think we need a motion on that. Who would like to make a motion? Casey, you want to
I'll
make a
make a
motion?
motion, yeah,
Let's do it.
absolutely.
Yeah, okay. All right, all
Wait,
those
what's
in
the-
favor?
Casey, I'm sorry, what is the motion? Carol?
Motion to accept the proposed 2024 budget. With, which includes a $35,000 proposed increase.
All right, any more discussion? All right, all those in favor? Looks like it's unanimous.
Well done.
Okay,
Yes.
What is that?
okay.
Exactly.
So,
I think the only other financial topic, I don't know whether we want to talk about it here in executive session, whether we want to.
we're gonna go into executive session for that.
Right, but do you want to do it here? Do you want to do it in operating?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Probably it would be better in
Do
library
operating.
operating, yeah.
So that's fine. With that, I yield my time.
Oh,
Okay,
Thank
wait,
you.
I guess one more thing. The CD transfer has been completed. So we do, it has been invested into the CDs in the
Oh, that's
latter
great.
approach. Yeah.
Perfect. And
you mean all the back and forth with the signatures and
Done.
everything?
Yeah. It's all
Finally.
settled.
all good news tonight.
Yes. Okay, so Diane is chair of nominating.
We have one person who has begun the process. I'm sorry. For applying to the board of trustees.
Okay.
Here tonight. David, right? I
Yes,
haven't
yeah,
met you. I'm Diane Egan. I'm Diane Egan.
Okay.
I emailed you.
Okay, yes, I'll get back.
Yeah, so he's here. to, Hopefully not change. his
Feel
mind.
it out. Would you like to tell us something about yourself, David? Besides the fact that you're artist's father, that we all
I come
know.
here all the time and I work in IT. I've worked for the Federal Reserve, been there 11 years. And before that, I was a consultant for 12. So I have 3 children, 2 older and 1 younger. So very young, 6, and the others were 30 some. So.
Big spread.
What's that?
Big spread.
Yes, you're right. A lot of fun. That's it.
That's
I
it?
don't know what else.
So what?
What's that?
But maybe you can tell us why you would like to be a member of the board.
I like.
What do you think you can bring to us?
Well, I think
Besides just a vote.
Well, I think I have a very practical sense of analyzing situations. I have a lot of technical skill. I have a broad sense of experiences. I've been in the Navy. I've worked in avionics. I've been a mechanic, been an electrician,
Yeah, that's
successfully in all those.
Yeah.
Like I said, I ran my own business, so I know what it's like to work in a small business.
That's lots.
So I have,
That's a
yeah,
lot.
a
Yeah.
lot of,
We're gonna put on every
used to
committee.
be,
Yeah.
used to be a millwright. I don't know if anyone knows what that is. That's someone who builds machines. I was a
Yeah.
built machines on all the electrical and controls. And so I have a good sense of how things go together and
Yeah,
to analyze problems and to figure out how things work and how to fix them. Not always the best one at fixing it, but I can see the problems and be able to
Yeah.
identify them and know how to engage other people who can fix them. And
sounds like
and
you'd be a
collaborate.
real asset, especially as we're looking into architects in order to increase the size of the library in
Sure.
the future. That's in the future, and we need all the expertise that we can get on a lot of different fronts.
Right. And
So-
even your continued drive to the cloud or to the internet, to technology, I mean, that's exactly what I deal with vendors all the time,
Yeah,
and always evaluating the development of the new services that they're bringing online, and then also providing feedback to help to improve their product to meet the necessary, the needs of, the Fed, of the customers.
yeah, and it sounds like you would jive well with Amanda's business program here
Oh, yeah,
too.
the small business, why I took it so I could see it.
Well, we certainly hope that you
Not going
Would-
anywhere.
Sign up.
sign up,
I'm here.
sign on the dotted line.
Comments? You might not wanna use that.
Yes. We very much welcome you on the board.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
So
the
I'm here.
process, I think we need to vote on it next week or.
At the next meeting, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I've forgotten.
Mhm. Yeah.
We haven't done it in so long.
We're a bit rusty on it.
We'll look at
Okay.
Yeah, well,
What was that, Terry?
Look at the bylaws and the bylaws.
Yeah, right. Very good. Okay, and
thank you for coming. We
yes,
appreciate it.
we really do appreciate it.
Anybody who wants to.
We appreciate your interest too. And any other thing on the,
Nothing shaken out.
that's good? You're good? Okay, buildings and grounds.
No, look. She did everything.
Sorry.
Not by, not by herself, because I got her the name of the contract.
Absolutely.
I have nothing to add to that. That's
Okay.
Well, that's a good thing. Repairs.
amazing.
We really made
Love it.
progress there.
Yeah.
I didn't know, Tony, we spoke to him last week
Mhm.
and he said, tell Amanda that I'll be down at the end of the week. And of course it went out of my mind.
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't
So
sure.
what did you
whether-
just show up and you?
No, I
Okay.
texted him a few times. I was like, any chance you can come by this week? So just a few text messages and he was finally able to say, I can come in 25 minutes.
That's
So I was like, okay, I'll be here.
Got really interesting job.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And he was done in a half an hour. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Bing, bing, boom. That's it.
That's great.
That's great. And the fact that he was doing it for free too.
Absolutely.
As I said, when I gave his name, Tony Coimbra, which I'm saying because,
No, it's important.
yeah,
Great
he's
service
making
to
a
the community.
contribution and he and his wife, Maria, are very strong library supporters.
Can you tell me how to spell it?
Coimbra, Coimbre,
C-O-I.
Mbre, Coimbra.
So it gets a shout out.
Yes, he
Absolutely.
certainly does.
Mhm.
Okay, so no more on building and grounds. Terry, we don't have any bylaws, right?
Bylaws this time. Nope,
Good.
we're in good shape.
Finance, we already did. Where'd he go, the finance?
Get water.
Good one.
Okay. Fundraising. Grants,
I got nothing.
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 Okay, Terry and I, she called me up today to, just for conversation to catch up, which I very much appreciated, just to talk. And we were saying we should keep on pursuing that one with, the community one, you know, we got a good chance there because they change the parameters every year. So I think there's, whatever it is this year, I think it might be a little easier for us. And of course, we always have the problem because we're not the demographic that they're usually looking for grants. So we can only do what we can do. But we also were saying that we should have a couple of things in the hopper so that when they're looking for people, you know, like Senator Skoufis and Revenak, our representatives are looking for programs. They've got money and they want to find somebody to give it to. We want to make sure they have something there of ours that they can give it to.
I am meeting with one of the assistive technology people that work for the school district. She's coming here on Friday to show me some of the things that they have. That's one of the things in our long range plan is assistive technology. So, you know, when she comes over, maybe if those are things that we would like to pursue, those are things that we can consider for grants, possibly.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it might be
That's a
something
great idea.
that would work.
And that's the school district.
Yes.
It's not that difficult just to come up with a letter, as long as you have something concrete
Right.
that you propose, and you propose a certain amount of money for it, and then
Yeah.
you just send it to, like Senator Skoufis, and
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
they keep it on file until they have money
Mm-hmm.
to give,
Right. Right.
so.
Yeah, you need like to be like,
Ready.
you need to have it like,
Yeah.
so you could just push it out, like,
Mhm.
this.
And follow
All of a
up
sudden
on
you
it.
find out about a grant and it's like, then you're
Scrambling,
scrambling.
right.
Exactly.
That's
Grants
tough.
Grants are time consuming, that's, yeah.
So we're up to library operating. I think it might be easier. We want to go into executive session to discuss personnel issues. So I think it might be easier if the board stayed here because, and then could we still include Netta? Or not?
Yeah. Do you want to maybe just go through the rest of can you do that? Go through the rest of the agenda and then end with executive session, or you still have to
So
come
the
back
public
out,
doesn't have
right?
to come back and then.
You still have to come back out and adjourn though, right?
Yeah.
Have a whole lot.
So you want to put it at the end of the meeting? You think that's,
People
all
don't
right,
have to wait.
Right.
That's fine.
all right,
Yeah.
let's do that then. Okay, any other on library operating? What was that?
I think because we'll be here at least until midnight, 2 a.m.
Hey, we started early. It's only gonna be
Why do you think I asked us
12:30.
to start it? No.
Okay, library operating, anything else?
We're gonna be working on the trustee training portion of the policy.
Beautiful.
So I'm gonna get that out to everybody as soon as possible.
Okay, and there are trustee programs coming up and I've lost track of them. Amanda, do you have any?
I'd have to go onto the website, but I can share that information via email on upcoming trustee.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah, I signed up
great.
for like the trustee 102 is what I
Yeah,
call it.
yeah.
I kind of have a gripe because I work every Tuesday night.
Well, that was my
and
problem. It's like the one
always
Tuesday I have
off.
Tuesday
Yeah.
night. It's like,
Yeah,
I have the
is
same
there
problem.
no other night?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I
we
work
can,
till like
again,
on
we
Tuesday night. I
we-
can't.
I can send out another poll and still provide training for you guys with
That
that
would be
works.
great.
That's not a Tuesday, so
right.
I'll follow up with that as well, maybe. we can
And some
see.
of them are not being recorded,
Yeah.
so I was thinking, oh, I'll just, I'll watch
Right.
it and,
Yeah.
but a bunch are not, and I'm like, really? Like,
Yeah. And they do such a good job.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Rebecca and Jerry. So
recording them,
I
but-
look forward to them.
Are you doing the trainings?
No, because what happened was we couldn't find a date that worked. So I'll send out another poll and see if we can find a date that
That would be
works.
great.
And then, we can set that up.
Yeah, and we can do it when Netta comes back
Right,
too.
that might be easier as well.
Yeah. Okay, library operating, long-range planning.
Yeah, we got the proposal from Land Associates the other day, so that would be our third proposal. They broke it down into a physical needs assessment, stakeholder engagement, which is the workshop portion of it, kind of like what we did with the long-range plan, right? And then a schematic design offering 2 or 3 visual options. So far, I would think that Land Associates, they presented well when they came and we met with them. They're on the more affordable end of the.
Those are the
pricing.
2 local people
Yes.
From
the
Goshen.
brothers?
From Goshen.
They're not brothers. The brothers are Dadris. That's the second group
Okay,
that we met with. Yeah, the second.
okay,
So
so
this was, I'm sorry, this is a proposal you received?
Yes, from LAN Associates out of Goshen. So their experience was in more educational libraries. I will forward that to everybody, need to respond to them.
Mhm.
We're still hoping to get at least 2 more, I think.
Mhm.
And it'd be nice to kind of put it all together and present
Compare.
on
Mhm.
who, what, but the process seems to be very similar with all of them, right? You know, these proposals for, what do you need, community workshops, and then putting together these schematic designs. And each seems to have different experience pockets, and different pricing.
Yeah.
So
and they're what?
different pricing. Our first one was on the higher end,
Yeah,
Dadris and Land Associates. So I'm hoping to follow up with the first one being VMDO Architects. And kind
he's
of
the guy who's down in Virginia or
Right,
something.
to see where he's at in regards to, some of these other options are saying something very different, but then, how long they're gonna take for these proposals. Some are saying 3 months, 4, 5, 6 months. There's a lot of factors in this.
Oh, yeah.
Affecting the pricing for each one of them,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Did you read in the LAN one that they wouldn't even consider a second floor? They said that was excluded from their recommendation. They don't think it's feasible.
Why
Why?
not feasible?
They didn't go into it.
Maybe
Just that-
because you have to have an elevator if you have a second floor.
Well, we talked about an elevator. We said we knew that we expected there to be an elevator and the cost surrounding it.
Yeah.
So that was interesting that they purposefully excluded it,
Maybe they figured that the foundation isn't strong enough to support the second floor?
Maybe, I don't know. They didn't,
We
like I
don't
said,
have
they
a
didn't
foundation
go
yet, we still
into.
need to build one.
Maybe they don't.
That's what
No,
we're
it
doing
was
this.
on this building. They
Oh, on
wouldn't
this
consider,
building.
they
Oh,
wouldn't
okay.
consider a second story
On this
building.
on this building.
That makes
But
sense.
But we spoke with,
It depends on if
He-
it's-
they
you
said
can do it
no.
structurally. Maybe.
but when we spoke with them, we had said we didn't want to put books upstairs. We wanted to put offices.
Right,
So
exactly.
I
We
think
know we
that's
clear
can't do
about that.
books.
right. So they knew what we were interested in doing, and they were still like, they were really hesitant about it.
They also didn't want to participate.
No.
in this Maze.
Yeah,
Paul
Maze,
Maze
Paul
was
Maze.
gonna be involved because they're kind of deferring to him as the local
Yeah,
person to take on things.
yeah.
So that was a conversation.
Well, you haven't connected with him.
I have not. I have to reach out again, but I have not. No. Yeah. I think we really need to, like you said, compare apples to apples and see exactly what each architect firm is offering, because they're offering things similar but also slightly different too. So I think it's important for us to decide what really is really important to us.
So how many do we have now?
3.
Yeah, maybe we can sit down as a committee in the next few weeks and we'll kind of organize for the stuff that we have and prepare for, I don't know, getting someone to call us back, because there are some calls out there for other architects, but actually respond to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've done a great job being on top of it.
Thank you, but I know I need to follow up with Davis, because it's been a while since we've talked. BMD was pretty consistent and then responding to Land Associates that recently sent the proposal.
It's a big operation. We all know that. And
Yeah.
we also know we don't have to make any decisions quickly, so we have time to mull it over and think about it and get other people's impressions about how to work with them and so on, so there's no pressure on us. That's the nice thing.
Information gathering.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
okay, and public relations, Terry?
Public relations, I'm doing a lot of work with, working with the Friends group. And
You sure are.
Susan Pfeffer. I forgot to send out the plan. I have a plan for, for what's going to happen, and I meant to send it to the entire board, but I forgot. So you'll be getting that probably tonight when I get home. Anyway, I broke down time slots for people to sign up in this email that I sent. I have a list of about 20 people now that are interested in being friends of the library. And we were, Susan and I were just blown away by the book collection days, the 2 days in March that we ended up with probably, she estimates around 2,000 usable, really good condition books, and 2 huge dumpsters outside full of books that were recycled. And it was amazing. It just blew us away. There were so many, it was hard to keep up. Wednesday, Susan and I left, we were pretty beat. And then Saturday we came back and a whole bunch of people showed up to help. Maureen Richardson was one of the people who kind of spearheaded getting people to come over and volunteer and help, so that she was just so helpful that day. And then a couple of guys showed up to help lift the heavy boxes and carry books out to the dumpster. So that was just, I don't know what we would have done without all the help. It was just great. So hopefully for the book sale on May 6th, in conjunction with Joanne's yard sale, we'll have plenty of help.
And what about,
about
Terry, what about you saying about the materials and things?
the materials? My wish list?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a wish list for public relations I mentioned to you, and I'll be sending that to you and talking. I'd like to talk to you and Elizabeth
Oh,
about
sure.
it at some point.
Absolutely. Yeah, let me know what works for you.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Things like, I'd like, some of the things I was thinking like would be fun to have would be like buttons, be a friend of the library, be a friend. Or definitely for the book sale, we need like a poster on the table or things like that. So,
You know, Terry, you should look at ALA and see if they have anything like
materials.
that.
Yeah. on the
Yeah,
Friends
because they're big on friends.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Buttons are easy. We
Yeah.
did buttons for the vote.
Right.
So buttons would be real easy for us to whip up.
It would be fun.
Yeah, and flyer, we could do a flyer that absolutely for the table, you know, even, become a friend, you can have a list too where people can
Mhm.
sign up to be friends.
I want cards, thank you cards, just simple
Right,
for the volunteers.
sure. Yeah.
And I have a few ideas.
Okay, that's great. No, I look forward to them. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Melanie told me that you guys have 6,000 plastic bags back there behind.
We do, yeah. So we'd be happy. Yeah, we that was the minimum order
That's
last year.
what she said.
Yeah.
6,000 what?
Plastic bags.
You know, the Monroe Free
library
Library
bags.
bag,
Yeah,
the
that's
white bag.
Yeah,
They're
so
very nice.
so we're happy to donate a box
Yeah. We'll take
to
'em.
that. Yeah, yeah,
We'll take them for the sale for sure.
yeah,
People can have a souvenir.
for sure. Yeah, easy to carry. Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now.
Mhm.
And Susan's just been terrific, really big help.
And you guys have discussed pricing of how you
Yes, the
the books.
pricing, we changed our minds on that. We thought we'd come down since we have 2,000 books to move. We thought,
You were going
We
to
thought we'd
charge
do a-
$5 a piece or anything.
no, it wasn't $5 a piece, but we're going to charge $1 a book and 6 books for $5. Any combination, any type. So.
And
Easy.
bags, right? You're gonna do bags of books or no? You're not gonna
Yeah,
do-
and then later in the day, we'll lower the price to $3 a bag. Fill a bag for $3.
Mhm. Do you guys have a goal in mind of what you'd like to reach?
At least $500, but I don't know. We'll see.
Great.
Depends on the book sale. It depends on who comes to the yard sale. and,
Right.
you know. So I think the board should do something. I don't know if it should be part of the book sale,
Mhm.
but to sign up, if you're interested in being a board member.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Well, I'm hoping I could get some board volunteers so that we can collect petition signatures that day.
There.
So if we have a table there and we do time slots, we can have that petition,
Yeah.
the petition there, and then also learn more about being a board member.
That's good.
Oh,
That would be
great.
separate from the book sale.
Yes,
Yeah.
Which days?
May 6th, Saturday,
May 6th.
May 6th,
10 to 4, I think, right, Joanne? 10 to 4? 9 to 4?
9 to 4.
9 to 4.
I have,
Go ahead.
oh,
Yeah.
as of today, I have 3 weeks left and I have 45 papers, so
Oh,
Wow.
that's great.
Yeah.
I'm 45 and I have 3 more weeks to go.
Yeah, that's
So I'm doing
amazing.
good, I'm doing good.
Absolutely.
I'm doing good.
That's really good. Okay. Yes. It's gonna be the biggest one
You
ever.
guys should be fine because people are coming in looking for used books.
They do.
And I'm telling them to come on May 6th. So hopefully you
That's
guys will make
good.
it out.
Yeah, I hope so.
good.
Yeah.
Be, I used to, when I had a book garden, I used to have bags for $5,
Yeah.
fill a bag for 5.
Oh,
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, And then I
yeah.
used to say, fill a bag for 5, and second one will be free. Books were going out of there like,
Mm,
you want to get rid of them, but you also want to make money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that's great. That's why we lowered the price.
Joanne, I think you missed your calling. You should have been in retail.
No way. We won't
You
forget.
can sell anybody anything.
You're right, I could.
Used cars.
Oh, yeah.
I could sell anything.
All the stuff we were gonna throw away last year, and she says, oh, I can sell that. Oh, yeah, I can sell that too. Yeah, I'll take that. I can sell that.
Well, you'd be surprised what people buy.
Yeah.
If the price is right, you'd be surprised.
That's
It's like
right.
selling the
And at
stuff
the
out
end
of
of
our
the day,
storage
you give them a bargain.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, if you buy something, you get something free. Just to give it, you know, yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
if I
have
make
a file bigger
$1,000, it's $1,000 to the library.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm already up to 500, I think. And I'm doing a 50-50.
Oh, good. You're gonna
I'm
do
doing
it?
50-50,
Oh, good.
yes.
Good.
Right, so we're
Yes.
doing pretty good with this.
So you gotta
yard sale.
come and support us, or support me.
Absolutely.
So that's my report.
Very good. Yeah, you're doing a dynamite job with the friends. That's huge. All right, we're down to organization reports of special committees, which is you and me, Terry, and we've done nothing, to be perfectly honest, but we can do something. We'll get together and figure out something.
Well, we started the whole architect fiasco.
What was that?
And just remember when we met, we talked about getting architects to come in
Yeah, I guess we did. That was so long ago.
and that was a while ago.
We could try maybe when Netta comes back to do another staff mingler.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, that would be.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Definitely, we want to do that.
Yeah.
Right, Netta?
Yep. She's just listening.
I can't vote, and Terry, I think what you've been able to get done with the Friends has just been amazing, and what Nicola's been doing with the architects has been really amazing, and I miss you guys, and I'm looking forward to being back with that.
Casey.
Well, maybe I don't miss him.
Oh, Netta.
What?
Best.
We'll
Send
be-
a text message.
When are you coming back?
Actually, we spent today packing, so I'm exhausted. We're leaving here Wednesday. We have a couple of stops and we should be back in New York Sunday night.
All right, very good. We'll
Safe
look forward
trip.
to seeing you.
Safe travels, yeah.
Yeah, and you guys are finally having some decent weather, so I'm happy, even though I see Pat is in her down vest because she's adjusting. She and I are gonna be walking around like it's 70 degrees with coats on like Floridians.
That's been crazy weather, that's for sure.
Okay, so I think I'd like to move into executive session. The time is to discuss a personnel matter. It is 8:29. We have to have a vote.
I make a motion, we move to executive session.
Second, John seconds, all in favor? All right. So we're moving into executive session at 8:32. So I will have to ask the members of the audience who are not on the board to please leave, and we'll give you a signal to come back when we're through discussing, if you're still here.
But
Feel free
you
to-
have nothing.
Not today.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Right, it's afterwards.
We're gonna adjourn as soon as we get back there.
Yeah.
We're just gonna open and close. There's some people on the.
Yeah, no, we're gonna move to breakout room.
This is more efficient than moving everybody
Mhm.
to another room.
So Pat, when did you get that from?
Friday,
Oh, wow, okay.
and here I am, right on the job, right away.
Netta, you have to,
Yeah.
you have to accept the room, to join the breakout room. Did you see the little pop-up on your screen?
She froze. stand on the wall. Oh, Donald, Jake, you know, Jake, I think it'll be one for them. Um. I'm waiting for the meeting to come back. The board went into executive session to talk amongst themselves, so. Anyway. We only get back to. Our new guy.
Being recorded.
Oh, wow, they're all still here. Hi,
John, can
everyone.
you let them know, anybody that's out there that still wants to come in?
They're all here, yep.
Dave Joy.
Joy. Joye. Mhm.
That sounds like he's gonna be a really good addition. It'd be helpful.
Lots of
with
experience,
all the
different
science
experience.
stuff.
Yeah.
Different. And you know him, and that makes it, yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
known quantity. Hello, anybody still
So
there?
they all left?
Yeah.
They all left? Oh, they're still here?
Yeah.
Okay.
The other day I had to present this.
Oh, I see somebody coming our direction.
So on that slide, I say to everybody, you know, I've taken the last 2 months to really go through and understand the entire process of a transaction from the order point all the way to, you know, recordation in the accounting system, where the bottlenecks are, where the improvements lie,
Wow.
you know, what we can do. Advance to the next slide. Pass it around. The picture that I showed them was.
Oh my God.
Straight faced in a meeting, and I went through and I described what each one of these steps were. I was like, these are the engineers just passing it along. This guy's losing his mind. This is the system. I went through the whole thing. So it was bleary-eyed, 2:30 in the morning,
Oh, no.
and I literally just wrote up process maps of things that don't work, and I was like, nah.
That's it.
I have ChatGPT. Yeah.
All right. The board has come out of the executive session at what time did we say? 8:52. 8:52, okay. And Casey, do you want to make the proposal?
I make a proposal that the board accepts the financial proposal or the compensation proposal for the union employees as proposed. Do I have a second?
I second. Okay, all those in favor? All right. So we have a unanimous vote. And I think our next vote, next is old business, professional development. We talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Hmm?
We talked about it already.
What,
Training.
professional-
Yeah.
We didn't talk about old business stuff.
Oh, okay.
We have any old business? I don't think so. New business? Any new business you want to bring up?
Any funny business? Any risky business?
One of these days, that'll be true. Good and welfare?
I'm good, plenty.
Good and plenty. Oh, I love those.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Grandkid check-in, everybody's good?
Marlon's birthday was last week, right?
Oh, yeah, mine had a birthday. Yeah.
Who did? How old?
Eight.
Eight.
I did that.
She seems like 8 going on 20.
What grade is she in now? Second? Well, 14 years. Goes fast.
Can I say, there's a Girl Scout looking to do a gold award. I was talking about this in the beginning of the meeting, so everybody can kind of keep it in there. And I had ideas for her. She wants to do something that's sustainable, some kind of writing project, and with an exhibit. But she is going to be going away to college, so she's concerned about that sustainability piece. But she wants to do it with the library. So it's a big deal for the girls, you know, to get the gold award and all of that. So for her to choose the library, kind of like this young man.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Is this O'Marilyn?
No, she's I believe this is a senior. I don't know what
Oh,
grade
really?
it is, but,
That's great.
the fact that she's chosen this, you know, this, and we'll see kind of how her ideas pan out, what she comes up with, and if it's something that can actually work, and present to
Right.
you.
Does she want to present it to the board? When does what's her timeline?
Talk more tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm clearing anything right now.
Okay, great. Yeah, let me know.
Yeah.
Oh,
The fact that we
wonderful.
have these young folks, you know, wanting to give to the library.
Right. It's great.
This is great.
And the sustainability piece too is good because this is what we're talking about. Is she aware of that?
The ripple effect.
There's
I
that.
love it.
No, that the fact that
Right.
Amanda is looking into the sustainability thing.
I think that it all ties together. She's probably not aware of it, but it all ties together.
Yeah,
that'd
be great.
Speaking of that, young people, so like the kid who was here with the bench,
Mhm.
Yes.
like photo booth stuff.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we will. Yeah, you send me the pictures.
I will.
Okay, great. And I'll pass it along to Elizabeth.
Great.
Okay, can we have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion.
Kula seconds, all in favor. Ta-da!
Have a good night, guys.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, yeah. Wow.